Alrighty, thank you everybody for joining us today. I'm gonna go ahead and get our music started. Our theme for our deep stretch is gonna be folk rock. And we are gonna go ahead and find our mats and get started with a warm-up. To start our warm-up today, we'll just slowly walk around our space, just kind of taking some nice deep breaths in. I like to start by just slowly moving my body and invite you to do the same. This can be static in your space, or you can walk around the space that you have. I do this as a quick analyzing of our body. How are we feeling today? Is there anything that's tight that will definitely need some extra stretching later? As we are doing our stretches today, reminding ourselves to take nice deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouths, engaging our core to keep us stable. As we find our way to the center of the mat, we're going to go ahead and take a few nice deep breaths in through the nose, holding at the top, and exhaling out through the mouth. We'll take a few here. In through your nose, holding at the top, and back out through your mouth. One more. On our next one, we're going to go ahead and bring our hands into it. We're going to have our hands down at our sides, palm facing forward. On our inhale, our arms are going to go up in a circular motion, up to overhead, holding at the top. As we exhale, hands are going to come down to our sides. We're going to take a few in this way as well. In through your nose, hands go up overhead. Exhale, back down to our sides, palms facing forward. Last one. Next, we're going to go ahead and bring a squat into it as well. Hands are still going to be involved. On our inhale, we're going to bend our knees slightly, bringing our hands down towards our knees. As we inhale, standing up nice and tall, reaching up towards the sky, holding it at the top. And exhaling, bringing it down into a semi-squat, bringing our hands back down towards our knees. We'll do two more. Inhale, bringing our hands down towards our knees with a knee bend, hands up overhead, holding at the top. Exhaling, bringing our hands back down towards our knees. And last one. Standing nice and tall, we're going to bring it into some shoulder rolls. Our shoulders are going to come up towards our ears, rolling them forward, bringing them down towards the floor, back behind us. As we're doing this, taking it nice and slow, as our shoulders go back, we're really opening up our chest. As our shoulders go forward, we're hunching our back a little bit to feel that stretch from our spines all the way to our shoulders. Nice slow movements here. Forward shoulder rolls. Stopping anywhere that's tight to stretch it out. And reverse the direction. Shoulders go forward, up towards your ears, back behind you, towards the floor, and forward again. Really pushing our shoulders back and forwards, opening our chest and our back. Pausing there, bringing our chin to our chest. We're going to do some neck rolls, but we're only going to do half circle neck rolls. Bring our chin to chest. We're going to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder, stretching out the left side of our neck. As we do this, we want to make sure that we're only bringing our ear as close to our shoulder as we can, keeping our shoulders down so that we're stretching out our neck, but we don't want to make it painful. So when you feel that stretch, that is a good indicator to hold. And we're going to bring our chin back to the center of our chest, stretching out the back side of our neck, bringing our left ear to left shoulder. Stretching out to the right side of our neck. Bringing our chin back down towards the center of our chest. And we're just gonna go half circles here. Taking these at your own pace, stopping on either side. You can do more rolls, or you can hold them more on either side, whatever feels best for you and your body. And standing nice and tall. Your hands can be outstretched into a T formation, or you can hold your forearms kind of like you're cradling a baby in front of you. We're gonna go ahead and do some spine twists. So I like to hold my elbows kind of where my arms cross at belly height. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring my shoulders to the right, twisting to the right, but my hips are gonna remain facing forward. So we're just twisting our upper body, stretching out the spine. We're gonna go back and forth. And as we twist to the left, making sure that we're exhaling and taking nice deep breaths. Again, hips are gonna remain forward, just the upper body is gonna rotate right and left. Whether your hands are in that T formation, extending out from shoulder height, arms outstretched, or like we're cradling a baby in front of us. Whatever is best for you. As we go through our movements today, they're going to be a little bit more static. So the dynamic movement parts where we're moving, you're going to go ahead and hold in all of our stretches in between movements. So as we twist to the right, we're going to hold it on the right for a few seconds, taking a few nice deep breaths before we twist back to the left and hold it on the left. And shaking it out. We'll go ahead and bring it into some pelvic tilts. I like to put my hands on my hips to do the pelvic tilts with my thumbs on the back sides of my hips. We're gonna kind of do a cat-cow without our arms in place. So rotating our hips back, so pushing our bottom back, our hips kind of roll forward. We're feeling the stretch through the bottom of our spine as we tilt forward. So I like to use my thumbs to kind of push my hips forward and my fingers to kind of roll the bottom of my hip back. Standing nice and tall, pushing our pelvis forward. So you'll kind of squeeze your glutes as your hips go forward, or your glutes go forward, the top of your hips go back. And switch back and forth. So rolling the top of our pelvis forward, our glutes go back. And pushing it forward, engaging our glutes like we would in a cat. And just rotating back and forth between forward and back pelvic tilts at your own pace. Taking nice deep breaths, engaging that core, bringing that belly button into your spine when appropriate. And taking a nice deep breath. We're gonna go ahead and bring it into our lower body with open the gate. I like to use my hands to guide my legs through this movement so I can feel that stretch and stop at any point. Bringing our right knee towards our chest. When we hold it at chest height, we're gonna open it, or kind of when we get to our knee to 90 degrees or wherever that knee bends, we're gonna open the gate, bringing our right knee out wide, slightly lowering it towards the floor before we close it. Switching to the left leg, bringing it up towards our knee, up towards our chest, bringing it out wide to the left, lowering it and bringing it back. Go ahead and switch back and forth between right and left. Open the gates. Holding at any point is most comfortable for you. Feel free to use a wall or a chair for added support if you are having trouble balancing. A few more here. One more on each side. And coming back to center. We'll go ahead and grab a sip of water before we go into our first flow. Starting with our standing flow, feet are going to remain in a neutral position, hip width apart. Hands are going to be down at our sides, palms facing forward into our mountain pose. We want to relax our body. Shoulders are going to hang. Want to release all of our tension. So any place where you're feeling like you're squeezing, you're going to just release. Starting with our toes, releasing any tension. Releasing any tension in your knees, your hips. If you're flexing your arms, go ahead and relax them, dropping your shoulders. And taking a nice few deep breaths in through the nose, out through your mouth. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your hands up overhead, elongating that spine. Reaching hands as high as you can. Feeling that stretch from your hips all the way through to your neck, through your back. Keeping those hands raised, taking a few nice deep breaths here. On your next exhale, pushing our hips back, going it down into a forward fold, bringing our hands down towards our toes. Feeling that stretch all through the back side of our legs. Holding it here for a few seconds. Make sure not to lock your knees. Have a slight bend to them. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we do that, our hands are going to come up towards our knees as we slowly go to a halfway fold. So bringing almost to full standing. Before we exhale, bringing our hands back down towards our toes. You may notice that you've gotten a little bit further into your stretch. And we're going to hold it down here for a few more seconds before we do another one. On your next inhale, go ahead and go back into that halfway fold where you're almost to standing. Bring your hands up with you before you exhale, pushing your hands back down into that stretch. Trying to get a little bit further than you did the last time. And our last one, go ahead, bringing it up into a halfway fold. Exhaling, extending our arms back down, trying to get a little bit further than the last few. Taking our next inhale all the way up to standing and exhaling when you get to the top. We're going to go ahead and bring it into our upper body, give our lower body a little bit of a break. Bringing our right hand across our chest, pulling it in closer with our left arm. Feeling that stretch through our right shoulder. Remember not to slouch at any point when we're doing these stretches. We want to engage that core, bringing our belly button in towards our spine comfortably so that we're standing nice and tall, not putting any unnecessary stress on any of our joints today. We want to stretch it all out. Switching arms, shaking it out in between. Left arm goes across the body, pulling it in closer with our right arm. Feeling that stretch through our left shoulder, the top of our left arm. Adjusting as you need to get that stretch a little bit deeper as we hold it. And releasing. I like to have my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart for our next stretch, which is going to be windmill toe touches. Hands are going to extend out at shoulder height. So we're in a nice T formation. We're going to bring our right hand down to our left ankle. As we do that, we want to open our chest to the left. Our left arm is going to go up. We're going to hold down at the bottom. Feeling that stretch. Standing nice and tall. Keeping that formation, keeping our arms in our T the whole way down. Left arm comes across to right ankle, opening up our chest to the right. We're going to hold down at the bottom for each of these before we stand up. So taking a nice deep breath in and out before we switch, and going through these at your own pace. This is good spine mobility. It's good stretch for the legs. Getting some blood flowing. Two more on each side. Last one. We are going to go ahead and bring it into a tree pose. There's a few options we have here. We'll start with our right leg. You can start by bringing your right toes in to where they're just touching the floor, where your right ankle is resting on your left calf or left ankle. So knee is just bent out to the right with a nice little bend there, but we're keeping our right foot on the floor. We can bring it up, our right leg up to our knee, where we are now resting our heel at knee height, or we can bring it all the way up as high into our groin as we can, where we have a nice almost 90-degree bend out to the right. But our right leg is going to keep somewhere along our left leg, wherever is comfortable for you. My leggings are pretty slickery, so it's kind of hard for them to hold at any point. So I'm just going to find a spot that's comfortable for me. We're going to stand nice and tall. Left leg is going to stay straight as our right leg is bent out to the right, resting with our foot resting somewhere on our left leg. This is good for balance, so keep that core engaged, bringing that belly button in towards your spine. Standing nice and tall, facing forward. Hands can be out to the side. If you would like extra balance, they can be in prayer hands at your chest height. Bringing your hands wherever is comfortable for you. If at any point you find yourself unbalanced, go ahead and just correct yourself as you can. Take that step down and find that spot where you're comfortable again. Taking nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And switching sides, right leg goes down, is now the straight leg. Our left leg is now going to be our bent leg. Bringing our left foot to rest again along somewhere along our right leg, whether that's down by the ankle, up by the knee, or all the way into our inner right thigh, wherever is comfortable for you. It's okay if you lose balance, just correct yourself by standing and getting back in that position. We want to keep our left knee bent out to the left, keeping our hips forward. We're kind of opening up the hips here. and going ahead and shaking it out, we'll go into our warrior one. Our right leg is going to go to the right. Our right toe is actually going to be pointed to the right. Our left leg is going to go behind us, but our left toes are going to be pointing to kind of where we were facing the first time. So our toes are pointed in opposite directions. Left foot is pointed to the left, right foot is pointed, or would be straight on to where we were standing. Our right foot is pointed to the right. With our right knee bending slightly, our chest is going to go a little bit forward. Our hands are going to be in that T formation to start. Our hands are again extended out at shoulder height, T formation. Right leg is to the right. Left foot is staying facing forward where we were standing. Our feet are a little bit wider, quite a bit wider than hip width apart here. Left leg is remaining straight. Right knee is bent. And switching, our hands are going to go up overhead. I think I switched our warrior 1 and 2, but that's going to be okay. Hands are extended up overhead. Wrists are in line with our shoulders. We are facing the right. Our body is going to twist. Again, our left leg is staying facing forward, but our right foot is facing towards the right. We are now also facing towards the right. So we're opening up our hips, still bending our right knee, just slightly. And we're going to switch sides. So facing forward in that we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart. Our right foot is going to remain facing forward. Our left leg is going to come to the left, and our toes are going to point to the left. So we're standing wider than hip width apart. We're going to bend that left knee. We're going to remain facing forward. Our hands are going to go in that T formation. Our head is going to turn to the left. So our whole body is facing forward, but we are looking to the left, and our left foot is pointed to the left. Left knee is bent, right foot is straight. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands up overhead. Wrists are in line with shoulders, and turn our chest all the way to the left. You're going to hold this position, keep taking those nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Really try to keep your toes to the left and your knee to the left, but that other foot is still going to remain facing forward, or toes are forward. This is good spine mobility, engagement of the legs, the thighs, the glutes, your core. And coming out of it, we're going to take a nice deep breath, shaking it out. I'm going to grab that sip of water before we go into our kneeling and our tabletop. So go ahead and find that space on your floor where you're comfortable to kneel. We're going to start with our kneeling wrist stretch. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can be seated back on your heels, or you can be in a tabletop formation, whatever is best for you. Whatever is least painful on the wrists, it just wants to be a good stretch. So we're going to start with our palms flat on the floor, either by your knees or stacked underneath your shoulders if you're in tabletop. So I'm seated back on my heels. My palms are on the floor and outside of my knees. Fingertips are forward. And I just am going to go ahead and bring my shoulders forward so that they're over top of the wrist. So I'm stretching out that wrist, feeling it through the back side of my palm. And we don't want to do this one for too long because we don't want to strain our wrists. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate our wrists to where our fingertips are pointed behind us. And we're going to pull our shoulders back. So we're, again, feeling that stretch through the back side of our palms, the inside of our wrists. And we're going to go ahead and bend our wrists where our palms are now facing up, but our wrists are touching the floor. And we're just going to lean forward with our hands up. The backs of our hands are on the floor or on the mat. And shake them out. I like to get a few wrist circles in here just to kind of get any of that extra tension out. We'll be going into that standard tabletop position where our wrists are underneath of our shoulders, our knees are underneath of our hips. Wrists are shoulder width apart, knees are also hip width apart. We'll be going into our cat-cows. So taking a nice deep breath in, our spine is going to round, our chin is going to tuck into our chest. For our cat, our spine is going to go nice and tall up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to push our belly buttons towards the floor. Our spine is going to kind of cave in, and we're going to lift our heads up, facing forward. Taking that nice deep breath in, our spine is going to go tall, rounding towards the ceiling. And exhaling, pushing our chest towards the floor, belly button towards the floor, head goes up. Go ahead and switch at your own pace between cat and cow at your own breath pace. Nice deep breaths in to cat, exhaling to cow. This is good spine mobility, so take it nice and slow. If at any point this is too much on your wrists, make sure that you're taking lots of breaks. This is supposed to make us feel good, not to hurt us. A few more here. We're going to go ahead and bring it into puppy pose. Our knees are going to stay underneath of our hips. Our arms are going to walk out overhead, and our chest is going to go down towards the floor. But we want to keep our hips in line with our knees, stacked over top. We're going to extend our arms, feel that stretch all underneath of our arms, as well as we're reaching forward. Chest, kind of like downward dog, except we want to keep our bottoms up in the air, hips over top of our knees. We're just going to sit here for a second. Take a nice deep breaths. Walking your hands a little bit further every time that you feel like you can after a nice deep breath. A few more breaths here. We're going to go ahead and transfer into downward dog. Our toes are going to curl in, feet are flexed, hands are going to remain out overhead. We're going to go ahead and lift our knees up off the ground, bringing our bottom up in the air. We are on the tips of our toes, but we want to try to get our heels down on the floor. So pushing our heels towards the floor where it is comfortable, stretching out the back sides of your legs. Again, arms are still up overhead, arms are extended, legs are extended for our downward dog. Really wanting to push our chest through our arms. Taking nice deep breaths here. And lowering our knees to the floor, and we're going to give ourselves a nice little break before we go into any more bending, shaking out our arms, loosening up our shoulders and our wrists. Grab a sip of water if you would like. Taking a nice few deep breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth, loosening up our shoulders and our traps, as they can get tight when we are putting all that pressure on our wrists. Next up is going to be thread and needle. We'll be getting back into that tabletop position. Wrists are underneath of our shoulders, knees are underneath of our hips. We're going to start with our right arm. We're going to go ahead and thread our arm. We're going to pretend it's the needle, and we're going to bring it in between that space between our wrist and our knee to the left. As we do that, our right shoulder is going to drop to the floor. Like puppy pose, our bottom or our hips are going to remain over top of our knees, and our right hand is down, back side of the hand to the floor, palm up towards the sky, reaching as far to the left as we can with our right shoulder on the floor. Our left hand is bent for support. Our left palm is just resting on the floor, just keeping us there. This is good for our spine mobility. A nice little twist here. And we're going to hold it here for a few seconds, taking a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Going back into that tabletop position, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, but on the left side. So our left hand is going to thread in between our right arm and right leg, dropping our left shoulder to the floor. We're facing towards the right. Our right hand is remaining on the floor, just bent at 90 degrees for support. Left hand, back hand on the floor, palm up towards the sky. And that stretch through our left shoulder, the top of our back. Little spine twist here. Again, our hips are going to remain up in the air over top of our knees. Holding that stretch here, just a few more seconds. And getting back into that tabletop position. We're going to go ahead and drive our glutes towards our heels, dropping them back, sitting on top of our heels. Our hands are going to remain up overhead. We're going to drop our chin down towards our chest, tucking it in here for child's pose. I like to bring my knees a little bit wider than hip width apart so that I can really sink into that stretch, finding wherever is best for you. Arms are overhead, feeling that stretch through the outsides of our shoulders, relax. Keeping that chin tucked into your chest, sitting on those heels, bending at the knee. And holding it here for a restorative pose. Bringing up to kneeling, where our shins are still on the floor, but we're sitting nice and tall on our knees. We're going to bring our right foot forward into kind of like if we were completely lunged. So right knee is bent at 90 degrees, toe is pointed forward, we are kneeling on our left knee. So our left knee is fully on the ground. We're going to go ahead and push our hips forward, keeping our right knee bent. We're going to push our hips forward, extending the top. You'll feel that stretch through your hip all the way down your left thigh to knee. You can have your hands down on the floor if you would like, where your fingertips are here, kind of like you're taking out of a block if you are a sprinter, or you can have them on your hips, rested on your right knee, however is best for you in your support knee. But we really just want to keep pushing our hips forward here. I like to kind of rest on my right knee so I can get as far and sink into that stretch as far as I can. We're going to drop our hips back. So as we drop our hips back, our hands are going to go on either side of our right knee or right leg. And we're going to go ahead and bring our hips back, extending our right leg straight. So now we're kind of hunched over with our hands on the ground. Our right leg is straight as we bring our glutes down towards our left foot, our left heel, for what we call a half split. So we go low lunge to half split. Your foot can be flexed with your toe up towards the sky, feeling that stretch through the back side of your leg, or you can keep it pointed, whatever is best for you. You don't want to sit all the way on that left heel. We still want to keep our glutes hovering over that heel, but that's where we want to drive our hips so that we feel that stretch through the back side of our right leg. And switching sides. So kneeling again, both knees are on the floor, kneeling nice and tall. Left knee is going to go forward. We're going to have our left knee bent at 90 degrees. Our right knee is going to remain where it was. We're going to push our hips forward, bending that left knee further. And we're going to go ahead and feel that stretch in our hips, our right hip and the back side of our right leg. You can go ahead and rest your forearms on your left knee, have your hands down, resting on the ground like you are a sprinter, or you can just have them on your hips, whatever is best for you. Just really wanting to sink into that low lunge. Again, right leg is on the ground, shin is on the floor, toes are extended back behind you. Taking nice deep breaths each time, seeing if you can push your hips a little bit further forward. Sinking a little deeper into that stretch. Hands are going to go down on the ground, whether that's your fingertips or your full hands on either side of your left knee. We're going to go ahead and push our hips back, keeping our left leg straight. Our toes are going to either go up towards the ceiling or keeping them forward, but we are now stretching out the back side of our left leg. Hands are on the ground for support. Left leg is as straight as we can get it. We're not sitting all the way back on our right heel, but we're just rocking back, feeling that stretch through the glutes, through the hamstrings, the calves, the whole left leg, or our half split. and shaking it out. That is the end of our kneeling and tabletop flow. Feel free to grab that sip of water if you would like one, if you haven't already. We'll be getting into our laying down flow. So go ahead and lie on your backs. Lying flat on your back with your legs extended out. Your hands down at your sides, wherever's comfortable. And we'll start with our corpse position. Just lying comfortably. Taking nice deep breaths through your nose, out through your mouth. Making sure that we're just letting go of any stress or tension that's in our body. So if anywhere is tight, just letting it go. Perfect time for our cool down. I guess it's telling us we need to start heading into that direction. As we're doing our corpse, we're going to go ahead and extend our arms up overhead. As we do this, taking a nice deep breath in. Hands extend up overhead, lengthening that spine and pushing our feet further away from us, really extending our body. Again, trying to breathe through all of our stretches, taking nice deep breaths in through your nose, through your mouth. Keep on holding it here for a few seconds. And release. Bringing arms back down to our sides, bringing our feet to a nice comfortable position. We're going to go ahead and bring both of our knees up towards the sky, so bringing our heels towards our glutes, keeping our feet flat on the floor. We're going to go ahead and grab our right knee, bringing it all the way to our chest, hugging it as close as we can. We're going to go ahead and extend our left leg out. And as we are holding our right knee to our chest, go ahead and do some ankle circles with your right leg if you would like. You do not have to, but I like to get them in while I'm here. Trying to keep our left leg as straight as possible, resting on the ground as we are driving our right knee and hugging it to our chest. With those ankle circles, if you so choose. And switching legs, extending our right leg out in front of us on the ground, bringing that right knee or left knee up towards our chest, giving it a nice hug, and doing ankle circles if you would like. And extending that leg straight and stretching our legs out, giving them a break before we bring it into happy baby. Happy baby is going to be where our back is flat on the floor. We're going to bend both of our knees in towards our chest and bending our knees at 90 degrees, so the bottoms of our feet are up towards the sky, but our knees are out by our chest. Go ahead and grab the soles of your feet, whether that's from the inside or the outside. My arms are a little bit shorter, so I go ahead and grab the bottoms of my feet from the inside. So my arms are rested on the inside of my legs, my knees are bent on the outside of my belly or chest, and I am pulling my feet closer to me, but keeping my knees out wide. Feeling that stretch all through the inside of my legs. If grabbing your feet is a little bit too much, go ahead and grab from the inside of the backs of your knees and just pull your knees closer to your chest, but with your feet out wide, your knees out wide. Taking nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth here. Sinking deeper into that stretch. And shaking it out here. Keeping both of our knees bent with our heels towards our glutes, we're going to go ahead and bring our right knee bent, and our left ankle is going to cross our left leg, or our pigeon, or our figure four, our seated figure four. So our right leg is bent and resting on our left knee. We're going to go ahead and, after we made that kind of figure four, we're going to bring our hands through that hole that our right knee has made, grab the backside of our left leg and bring it closer in towards our chest. So we're holding our left leg with our right knee bent over top of it and bringing it closer towards our chest, feeling that stretch on the outside of our right glute, the outside of our right leg, hamstrings here, or our pigeon, or our figure four, whatever you know it as. If you need to leave it where it was in the beginning without pulling it closer to your chest, that is totally okay. Whatever is best for you and your body. Getting that stretch in. We're going to go ahead and switch, lowering both of our legs to the floor, bending our left knee, bringing our left ankle over top of our right thigh, grabbing our right leg, left arm through the hole that our left leg has made, pulling it closer to our chest. You might find that one side is a little bit more tight than the other, so just be careful with your body. Stretching out whatever is best for you, however you need. Sinking slowly deeper into that stretch with every deep breath, trying to pull a little bit closer towards your body. Go ahead and extend your legs out flat on the floor. We're going to bring our right leg across our body to the left. You may roll a little bit to the left as you do this. You can keep your legs straight or bent. I like to keep my legs straight, bringing that right leg straight across to the left. My right hip is going to come up off the floor, but I'm going to remain facing up towards the ceiling. I like to keep my arms in a T formation to keep that balance. So both my palms are on the floor, extending right and left, as I just twist my lower body right over left for our leg across the body stretch. gonna go ahead and switch, bringing our left leg straight across our body to the right. Again, keeping our arms in that T formation for balance, keeping our chest forward facing up towards the ceiling, and just twisting at the lower body. And getting back to lying on the mat flat. We're gonna go ahead and do our hamstring stretch. So keeping our left leg down on the floor, we're gonna extend our right leg up towards the ceiling, grabbing the back of our right leg, pulling it closer to us. We want to keep our foot flexed, so we're really feeling that stretch through the backside of our right leg. You can grab somewhere at your calf. If you can reach your toes, grabbing your toes. I can't quite reach that far, so I just grab the back of my right leg, pulling it closer to me. Feeling that stretch all through the right side of our the back side of our right leg, our hamstring. Only pulling as far as is comfortable, not as is painful. We want it to be a stretch. Again, our left leg is remaining on the floor flat as possible, so all the focus is on our right leg. Lowering our right leg down to the floor, extending our left leg up towards the sky, flexing our toes so our toes are coming towards us. Feeling that stretch all through the backside of our left leg. Lowering our leg back down, bending both of our knees this time, keeping our feet towards our glutes. We're going to go ahead and bring it into some windshield wipers, dropping both of our knees to the right. You can have your hands out in a T formation on the floor again for this one, so the focus is just on the lower body and we're not moving the upper body. We want to keep our chest facing up towards the sky, dropping our right legs down to our knees to the right, picking them up and dropping them down to the left. You'll notice that your hips may come up off the floor, and that is okay. We want to make sure that our shoulders are remaining flat on the floor. So that's why I like to put my arms out in that T, because it ensures that my shoulders stay on the floor. So all the focus is on the legs, giving us that spine mobility. And you can go ahead and switch at your own pace, dropping your knees right and left for our windshield wipers. And when your knees come back to the middle, go ahead and grab both of them, bringing both of your knees to your chest and giving them a nice hug. That can be from underneath of your shins, or you can hold on top of your shins, however is comfortable for you. We're gonna hold ourselves in a nice little ball here. And we're going to go ahead and sit up, and we're going to go into a butterfly stretch. So as we are coming up to a seated position, we're going to have before we sit crisscross applesauce, our feet are going to go ahead and touch. Our knees are going to extend out right and left, and we're going to bring our heels in towards our body. I like to hold on to my toes, whatever is best for you. If you would like a little bit extra of a stretch here, go ahead and put your elbows onto your knees and push down. breathing, stretching out the inside of our thighs. Nice deep breaths here for our butterfly. We don't want to go from laying down completely and getting comfortable to standing, so we're slowly going to make our way, starting with our butterfly. Taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through your mouth. As we slowly come to standing, we're going to take 3 nice deep restorative breaths with our hands down at our sides, palms facing forward, bringing our hands up on the inhale. Nice deep breath in. Hold at the top. Exhale, hands come back down your sides. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. Hands go up. Hold at the top. Exhale, hands come down your sides. And last one. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.